rules are supplemental for the effective implementation of the Act. Law. Act and rules are both are supplementing ऐसा होता है. कानून बनाया गया, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने में देखिए ये कितना डिले हो गया. 2001, 2007 एंड 11 यानी जो है यहाँ पर मानसिक शुद्धता नहीं है. And we must, when we see that population, around 30 lakhs of population is there, senior citizens population. हमारा वोट चाहिए, परंतु हमारा वेलफेयर नहीं चाहिए. क्या हमारा हम वोट नहीं दे रहे, हम टैक्स नहीं भर रहे. जो भी टैक्सेस स्टेट टैक्सेस है, they are also taxpayers. I am paying tax at the age of 75. And my sons are paying, my daughters are paying, and 2 sons, 2 daughters. So, surprisingly, what is our welfare? What is the welfare? You are not at weakness to expand it further. Who must pay us? We are parents, senior citizens. हमारे को हमारा देखभाल कौन करना चाहिए? राज्य व्यवस्था करना चाहिए. पुराने जमाने में जो राजाओं का जो है उनका जो है जिम्मेदारी होता था. राजो प्रजలను కన్న బిడ్డ వలె చూడవలెను. మరి మమ్మల్ని ఎవరు చూస్తున్నారు? వేరే వెల్ఫేర్. They are not there. And surprising facts I will submit before you. Now, under this act, maintenance tables have been established. But surprisingly, in all the districts, these tables have not been established. Now, in fact, welfare means maintenance also. So here, maintenance is the most important, crucial for human life. But maintenance tribunals have not been established in all the districts. That is the surprising fact in Telangana state. But certain tribunals have been established in spite of having so much of power to inquire maintenance cases, etc. Under Section 5.1. Section 5.1 that speaks about so much తనకు తాను ఆ ట్రైబ్యునల్ స్పందించే అధికారము ట్రైబ్యునల్ ఉంది. ఒక సీనియర్ సిటిజన్ ఎక్కడైనా బాధపడుతున్నట్టయితే ఆ కేసు సోమోటుగా స్వీకరించి ఎంక్వైరీ చేసి న్యాయం చేసే అధికారం ఆయనకు ఉన్నది. These maintenance tribunals are headed by 3-member committees, headed by RTO, Revenue Divisional Officer. But how far they are successful? Now, why I submit is an amazing fact I would like to bring to information and notice. Now, agricultural laborers after 60 they have become weak because of so many reasons, aging, ailments, and malnutrition, sometimes no nutrition. They are leaving their agricultural field work. And they are migrating to urban areas. In urban areas, what they are doing, simply begging, going around the streets. These are the facts I happen to saw with my own eyes. Now, in spite of having this act, what is happening? In fact, what is the result of this act implementation? How far these projects of act have been implemented, I don't know. We do not have any statistics. I used statistics in our meetings held. And these are nothing but alarming facts. So finally, there is a chapter dealing with protection by the police. Now present police is welfare also, welfare activity, they have been doing community policing and so on, you know well. Now what is happening in reality? Are they monitoring us? Even if we complain, nobody comes, police comes after everything is over. And in some cases, senior citizens have everything. All sources, resources, properties are there, but nobody is there to care. Why? Because our boys are abroad and try to settle down there. They are hunting for dollars and thereafter green card, then permanently settle down, then who are paid to us? So these are all the problems, sir. So such many problems are there without taking much time, because the other speakers are also there. I have made up certain issues related to the senior citizens' rights. I hope that this committee will think over it and find out certain solutions to make a presentation to the concerned authorities. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
Sir, good for the change. Now, we have been having this practice that there is a central organization and you look to that organization to do something. For that matter, any organization in the world, whether it is the World Bank or the United Nations or whatever, it is not an entity from up above. It has to be an entity which has to be run by the people. Run by the people and in democracy for the people and of the people. Correct? So the quality of the people matters here. That is the key area. So how about having an organization or a movement where the people will progressively keep improving and build up the quality of the organization also. And the organization is just a central entity or the entity where couple of people with a similar thoughts come together. So therefore, one solid conclusion that I would like to make with the permission of the President is that Global Changgeological Society will be a powerful bridging organization wherein we don't have to give too much of predominant importance to Global Changgeological Society, nor predominant importance to the executive body here, but as long as the positive change is happening with this as one of the bridge centers. And I don't expect, it is foolish to expect that Global Changgeological Society, which is getting blossomed today, should become the only model center for the world. That is unnecessary imagination. And as we keep growing, there is a possibility that there will be several organizations like ours which are already working beautifully. So we need to network with them also. And as we network, sometime back we have already discussed and found out that organization to organization, they may have their respective selfishness. Okay? But as our friend said here, there might be common points, and in my language 40%, in his language about 70%. So organization to organization also, we will get connected in the common point, and then again get back to our cocoon. Is there any difficulty in this approach? So can we take a oath and a conclusion that this is the first conclusion of today, that there are about 9 or 10 people here, and we take the first oath that we come together on the common platform and we are separate to ourselves in our distinct areas and slowly find out ways of how to solve the problems of each other and therefore the society. What is a society? It is a combination of individuals, families, organizations, and all put together becomes a society. That's all. So now here with this as a model center, if we begin to the process of solving each other's problems, then we have laid the first foundation. So with this foundation, we keep blossoming thereafter, and slowly we have to penetrate into the area where till now you thought it is your exclusive property, your exclusive territory, where you don't want the second person to enter there. And you thought that you are the be-all and the end-all of that kind of a solution, and there are not many people who are listening to you. Now we will open those doors and find out ways of how to start communicating with each other. Again, not like the India-Pakistan communications for years and years today. We need to have a reasonable time frame where we are really moving. Now here are friends from West Bengal, and here is a friend who has started his life from Kerala. The birth happened in Kerala.
Before that question,
Yes.
before that a small question.
Yeah.
Of course, we will hear him also. But in the context, I would like to raise a question.
Yeah.
Identify certain problems here, and not to you. And I placed it here before this August gathering. Now, these problems we have to tackle. Unless we tackle, unless we deal, we will not find the solutions. Therefore, I am asking a point is that suppose if we make a move, whether this organization will be helping us, because I have been planning to meet the Honorable, I Her Excellency government, because so many issues are there which are unsettled, not solved. Still we are supporters, our section is supporters. Therefore, may I know that how far this organization will help us in moving forward.
As I started telling you right from the beginning, this organization is a conglomeration of people. Symbolically, it has been formed by Dr. D. M. Ravi Prasad. Professor Dr. D. M. Ravi Prasad is an ex-professor from Kakatiya University, from the Sociology Department, and incidentally, coincidentally, and factually, the beauty of Dr. D. M. Ravi Prasad is that he is the founder or the father of Changgeology. To this word, the very word or the subject Changgeology was introduced by him. So let's give a big hand to this person. So we have the very architect of this thought right in our midst. Let's make good use of whatever caliber that he has got. And I will not agree to the point that we are an epitome of perfection. That is not possible. Probably a personality like Dr. T.P. Sasikumar is there, who will guide us from time to time. Right, sir? So therefore, every individual has got some powerful points to contribute. And we will be available to that level. So it has started from him, along with me. And to give a very quick introduction about myself. Well, from my childhood, I was one foot material and one foot spiritual. I have seen about 8 to 10 different fields in the material world and 8 to 10 different organizations in the spiritual line. So I think I seem to be understanding fairly well both the material world and the spiritual world at a certain height. But that does not take me to the point that I have understood life beyond. So whenever myself and Dr. T.P. sit together, I have this habit of, irrespective of whichever level that I am, I seem to be getting more and more questions and more doubts to get clarified. So I consider myself as a good student, first of all. Irrespective of whatever level that I reach, I would like to learn. So similarly, I request all the people here to also continue that process of learning in the areas where we are not clear. That is a very important aspect of life. Right, sir? So, the moment we have become a sort of an identity, we have got our designations, that does not mean that we have become the be-all of that particular territory. Otherwise, if we had become that, long back this world would have been a very peaceful and a prosperous place, where no human will stoop down to the level of fighting with each other, like what is happening today. So therefore, since the learning process is incomplete, therefore the fighting process is continuing. So these are the things that we need to keep in mind. So to come back to the question that you asked, will this organization do something? Or will the government of India do something? Or will United Nations do something for that matter? My quick answer is no. None of these organizations are going to give you the best of the solution. So when the biggest of the biggest organizations existing currently in the world are not able to give the right solutions, where will a baby be able to give that kind of a solution? But having said this baby is not an ordinary baby that is being born today. This baby is a very carefully nurtured baby with all the positive nutrition and all the positive value of the people around us. And therefore, irrespective of the fact that the 9 of us or 10 of us may have our negatives, when we come to the common forum, let us use our positives only and see that something we take by the end of the day or the end of the hour, end of the minute. That should only be the spirit of working here. So when this culture like this, we develop a certain code of conduct among ourselves. In course of time, very soon, we will be developing a way of living because of which the quality of life will start improving. This is my quick answer to you. Well, does it make any sense to you?
So my point of asking is that my point is very specific. No? I don't.
So we will open out a specific meeting for that and throw open to the people who are interested to come together. And that is how we will raise the voices in the common forum and go as much deeper into that as we can. So instead of whatever you are doing at your level, when it is brought to a common forum like this, we will raise the voices further and further and see that your thoughts are strengthened. So in the place of one, tomorrow you may have 100 backup or 1,000 backup as we keep moving on.
That means it takes time. It takes time.
I don't see that also. Yes, sir.
There, sorry to interrupt,
Pass.
but
Sir,
different areas. Now trying to learn what life is. In this context, probably I have got a society which is called the World Social Craft Foundation, which has got nearly 50 countries as part of its director board. What we are trying to do is to understand what like the United Nations is looking at. But can be redefined in the local, because they have a bigger politics. I keep saying countries have got politics, United Nations has a bigger politics. So within that, how do we make things happen? So we look at it philosophically, we look at it politically, economically. These are all the areas in which I am trying to spend my time after my retirement. So I am into total social service in the last 30 years.
my request is slowly we develop an informal code of conduct, and in that code of conduct, yes, again and again, let me tell you that we do have differences, but in a soft method, let us find out how to go. And just now I given you one example. For example, Dr. Our friend Ramesh Mehra said, no mics, no, sorry, not the television. Right? So, that's fine. So, anybody who does not want that, we can switch it off and get the benefit of the file. And those who want the recording can have it. So, this is the consensus that we have come to. Correct? So, this is how we can start moving forward. Right? So, on that note, I will be the friend here.
Program on daily basis. At that time, working as an associate professor in Telugu Institute of Engineering Technology in Hyderabad. So it is initiated. Dr. D.M. Ravi Prasad initiated to me long back 1 month back. So he only introduced to me and the global. What we see if there and any other backward persons, backward peoples, we should come to in political and we should do the something for the society. So something that introduced to me, it is the my first step. So I don't know the previous experience, past experience, but you all spoke to here now that I learned something. I'm very happy to hear. Thank you very much.
We are happy that. And before that, can we do the great formality that all of us have come together and we are lighting our lights, the lights in the families and in the organizations and the society much better than before. Are you all getting the confidence for that? Or you feel that this is just another run of the mill? So we are all coming together to improve the light within us and outside of us. With that spirit, let us all together light the candles with the thought that we are all coming together to improve the light, the further light within all of us.
Truly we extend our hands. Truly we extend our hands
Yes, sir.
in this sector.
That is what is primarily important. Thank you so much. చేసి అక్కడ వెలిగించి ఇట్లా ఇక్కడ పెట్టేద్దాం share. You can share it straight.
Pass on that matches.
That's the spirit.
That's enough.
That is the spirit we are looking at.
Candle to candle.
Fantastic. This is the three in one spirit.
from each other.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Still coming.
Not you should
Just honest.
development of the society. Thank you, Ananda. Kindly listen.
గ్లోబల్ చేంజెలోజికల్ సొసైటీకి స్వాగతం. ఇప్పుడు మనము లైట్స్ వెలిగించాం, ఇక్కడ నుంచి మొదలు పెట్టాలి. విశ్వంలో డార్క్నెస్ అనేది లేదు. విశ్వంలో ఎక్కడ కానీ డార్క్నెస్ అనేది లేదు, కేవలం లైటే ఉన్నది. భూమి మీద, భూమండలం మీదనే డార్క్నెస్ ఉన్నది. కారణం ఏంటంటే భూమి మీద మనుషులు డార్క్నెస్లో ఉండడానికి ఇష్టపడతారు. లైట్ అంటే చేంజింగ్, లైట్ అంటే పరివర్తన, డార్క్నెస్ అంటే చీకటి. అందుకే మేము గ్లోబల్ చేంజెలాజికల్ సొసైటీని పేరు పెట్టాం. చేంజ్ అనేది ఏంటి ఫస్ట్ చెప్తాం. చాలా మంది తెలుగు చేంజ్. ఈ విశ్వంలో, ఈ ప్రపంచంలో పర్మనెంట్గా ఉన్నది ఇది అని చూస్తే ఒకటే ఉన్నది. ఏంటిది అంటే పరివర్తన ఒక్కటే పర్మనెంట్. తగ్గిందంతా టెంపరీ, తగ్గిందంతా మాయ, తగ్గినదంతా ఒక భ్రమ. కానీ మనుషులు భ్రమలలో కూడా అలవాటు అయిపోయింది, అంటే చీకట్లో కూడా అలవాటు అయిపోయింది. ఎట్లా అలవాటైందంటే యువకులను ఏమనుకొని మేము శాశ్వతంగా ఉంటాము, మేము శాశ్వతంగా మా పనులను చేసుకుంటాం, మా అలవాటు ప్రకారం, మా హ్యాబిట్స్ ప్రకారం మేము బతుకుతాం అని చెప్పి ఈ ప్రపంచాన్ని చీకటి నుంచి చీకటికి తీసుకుపోతున్నారు. అందుకొరకు చేంజెలాజికల్ సొసైటీ ద్వారా చీకటి నుంచి వెలుగులోకి తీసుకుపోవాలి, డార్క్నెస్ నుంచి వెలుగులో తీసుకోవాలి. ఎందుకు అంటే వెలుగు అనేది పర్మనెంట్, పరివర్తన అనేది పర్మనెంట్, చేంజ్ అనేది పర్మనెంట్. అందుకొరకు చేంజ్ ఏమంటారంటే చేంజెస్ బట్ చేంజ్ నెవర్ చేంజెస్. దిస్ ఈజ్ ది సూత్ర ఆఫ్ చేంజియాలిటీ. ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఏంటి అంటే చేంజెస్ బట్ చేంజ్ నెవర్ చేంజెస్. వై? బికాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ పర్మనెంట్ ప్రాసెస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ కంటిన్యూస్ ప్రాసెస్. ఈ విషయం ప్రజలకు అర్థం కాలేదు. అర్థం కాక చీకటి నుంచి చీకటి పోతున్నారు. కాబట్టి ఈ సొసైటీ యొక్క మెయిన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఏంటంటే చీకటి నుంచి వెలుగులకు నడిపించాలని నేను అంటలేను. ఉపచేతులు చెప్పినాయి, వేదాలు చెప్పినాయి, బైబిల్ చెప్పింది, భగవద్గీత చెప్పింది, ఖురాన్ చెప్పింది, బుద్ధుడు చెప్పాడు, ఓషో చెప్పాడు, రమణ మహర్షి చెప్పాడు, ఋషులంతా చెప్పారు. ఏమిటని చెప్పారు? చీకటి నుంచి వెలుగులకు పోవాలి. చీకటి నుంచి వెలుగుకోవాలని ఏం చేయాలి? మనము చేంజ్తో జీవించాలి. మీకు ఇష్టమైన లేకున్నా పుట్టినప్పటి నుండి చనిపోయే వరకు జరిగేది ఏంటిది? మార్పే కదా. ఈ సత్యంతో సొసైటీలో మనిషిని నడిపిస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే మన ఇండియా ఎంత గొప్పదంటే మీరు గమనించలేదు, మొత్తంలో ప్రపంచంలో మనకు ఎంత మంచి 3 సీజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, బ్యూటిఫుల్ సీజన్స్, 6 ఋతువులు ఉన్నాయి, అన్ని వనరులు ఉన్నాయి. ఈ దేశంలో తిండి లేకుండా బతకొచ్చు, బట్టలు లేకుండా బతకొచ్చు, ఏది లేకుండా బతకొచ్చు, ధ్యానం చేసి బతకొచ్చు, యోగం చేసుకుంటూ బతకొచ్చు, జ్ఞానంతో ఉండవచ్చు. కనుక ఈ విషయాన్ని అర్థం కావాలంటే మనిషి చేంజ్ కాకపోవాలి, మనిషి ఎట్లయితే మారుతున్నాడో, భౌతికంగా ఎలా మారిపోతున్నాడో సైకలాజికల్గా కూడా మారాలి. సైకలాజికల్గా మారినట్లయితే మనము ప్రపంచంలో నంబర్ 1 అయిపోతాం. సైకలాజికల్గా మారడం ఏంటి అంటే ఇక్కడ 3 విషయాలు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఒకటి మనము అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సిందంటే ఈ ప్రపంచంలో 3 కాలాలు ఉన్నాయి. హలో, రైట్. సో మిత్రుల 3 కాలాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఒకటి పాస్ట్, రెండవది ప్రజెంట్, మూడవది ఫ్యూచర్. చేంజ్ ఎక్కడ జరుగుతుంది మీరు గమనించింది? పాస్ట్లో చేంజ్ కాదు. టుడే 15th కదా, 14th నాడు చేంజ్ అవుతుందా? కాదు. హోలీ 16th చేంజ్ అవుతుందా? కాదు. చేంజ్ ఎక్కడైతుంది? ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో. ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో మనం ఉన్నట్లయితే చేంజ్ వస్తుంది, మార్పు వస్తుంది. కానీ మన రిలీజియన్స్, మన కులాలు, మన జాతులు, మన కస్టమ్స్, మన ట్రెడిషన్స్, మన రూల్స్, మన రెగ్యులేషన్స్ అన్ని పాస్ట్ తీసుకపోతే, లేకుంటే ఫ్యూచర్ తీసుకపోతే, కానీ ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో ఉండే కాబట్టి మనం వెనుకబడ్డాము. ఈ పాయింట్ క్లియర్ చేసుకోండి. వై వీఆర్ బ్యాక్వర్డ్? మనం పాస్ట్లో ఉంటేనే చేంజ్ రాదు, ఫ్యూచర్లో ఉన్నా రాదు, ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో ఉండాలి. ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో ఉన్నట్టయితేనే చేంజ్ వస్తుంది. ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో ఉంటే క్రియేటివిటీ వస్తుంది. ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో ఉంటేనే ఫిలాసఫీగా ఉంటాం. ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్లో ఉంటే సంతోషంగా ఉంటాం, ఆనందంగా ఉంటాం. ఈ ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ యొక్క సొసైటీని స్థాపించండి. అంటే మన జీవితం ఏంటంటే ప్రజలు ఎవరైతే పాస్ట్లో బ్రతుకున్నాడో, ఎందుకంటే మన మతంలో ఏమని చెప్తుందంటే గతం గత అంటారు, కానీ మనం గతం గత అనుకున్న గతంలో బతుకుతాం. గతంలో బతకడం వల్ల మనుషుల మధ్య విభేదాలు ఎక్కువైపోయి మనుషుల్లాగానే బతుకులేదు. మీరు గమనించండి, జంతువులాగా బతుకుతున్నాయి, కాకులాగా బతుకుతున్నాయి, కానీ మనుషుల్లాగా బతకారు. మీరు గమనించండి, మీరు ఎవరు అంటే